You're lying. Kedusha-40? And today we were talking about the 40.
We're doing 40 classes already?
40.
Yeah.
It's 40 weeks. Last week was 39.
39, yeah. Shit, this today we're talking about 40. I want to teach you guys. You guys have to how to connect. Because you can't just say Keter is being revealed in Slichot time, and that's it. I mean, automatic Keter. Oh, this is that. You have to know how to connect. You know what I mean? A certain Yichud. It's called Yichud Hayudim V'Alavim. You guys are probably not ready for it yet. It's a certain meditation kavanah that you're supposed to have, but you have to be super pure at that time when you do it. It's a meditation. It's a Yichud. It's not really a kavanah. It's a Yichud. It has to be done after midnight or during Elul. You could do it anytime. Anytime you can do it, because the Keter is always open for 40 days. And by doing this Yichud, you're basically bringing down the Shefa from the toppest point of Keter down to this world. And Rabbi Yehuda writes in Yain Areka that the reason why, if we want to bring Mashiach closer, we need more people doing these things. You understand what I'm saying? People are not doing these things.
You're trying to tell me there are no 1,000 people in the world that do this?
People don't know these things.
How?
People don't know these things.
How these Kabbalists have students, their students don't do
It's
it?
very hard to get to that point where because when you do it, you have to understand, like, when you do like a very big mitzvah, like the Ari says, you start doing zikun, let's say you stop. There's a backlash.
Right.
Something happens to you. Or if you do too many times, they're becoming like, it's like a kid. As long as he's a kid, he gets his clothes dirty, you're okay with it.
Right.
But once you start acting like a man, you know, then they start being makpid with you. So to be very careful. Not to... It's not for... Listen, Olam Haba is not for the faint of heart.
Isn't it better to bring the shefa from the world right above you?
You are? No. Start from the top. Start from the top. And you work your way down. Huh? Faint of heart, not for the...
So
not for the weak.
You need to be the top
That's the
elite.
whole job of Mashiach. Mashiach is coming not to teach people who are learning already. They're going to be ready, hopefully. He's coming to teach the Amcha. Because the Jewish people are not going anywhere. They're not Chashem dying. They're going to stay. The Chilonim, the this, that. Maybe the Reforms are going to go. I don't know. But the regular Jews who don't know anything better in their life, but they respect Masoret, like the book of Ezekiel says, they're going to stay.
Just that.
They're going to stay.
So who is he sitting?
Who's he letting go of? He's letting go of the Chinese, of the Avodah
They're going pretty much.
No, Avodah Goyim pretty much. Hey, listen, today I was, my mom is really into this conspiracy stuff. She watches the Russian stuff. And so this Zelenko guy, I think he's off the wazoo. He's like, in 2 years, going to be 10 million body bags. Like, he's really scaring these people, you know what I'm saying? He's scaring them.
Who's the guy?
Vladimir Zelenko. I don't want to get into it right now. The point is that, you know, we have to stick to the Torah and to the Chachamim. We got to stop with this nonsense, guys. You understand? So, but if he's right, then we don't need Gogo Magog. It's already done. It's already done. So, guys, where are we up to exactly? We're in the bottom, yeah? No, we did a Shiva Reiki. We did this last week. We did all of this. I think we're in pay, actually.
Which one's 28? I checked.
Oh, I think we finished it, you're right.
Yeah, we're in pay Aleph. We're in pay Aleph. We finished the thing. So Shara Sheni b'Malchut Ha'adam. So basically, what we have to know from this chapter, what I'm gonna remind you real quick, guys, you have to know that there is 4 Yesodot. These 4 Yesodot: fire, water, air, earth. The 4 Yesodot are just the materializations of 4 Sfirot, which is Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, Tiferet, which is 6,
Right.
which is 6 from Chesed until Yesod, and Malchut. That's all it is. Okay? And these 4...
So which one corresponds to what? What is water?
I don't remember which one. Fire is the first one. It's going to be Chokhmah. Water is going to be Binah. Air is going to be Zah, which is the 6 Sfirot, Chesed Yesod, and Malchut is earth.
There's no that?
No. That is a connector sphere. Okay? It's a connector sphere. Also, okay, there's no Keter in this. Always 4 Sfirot. The 4 main ones that we work with. Chokhmah, Binah, Tiferet, Malchut. Chokhmah, Binah, Tiferet, Malchut. Chokhmah, Binah include Keter and Da'at, and Tiferet has the 6 from Chesed until Yesod. Now these 4 elements have a Pnimiyut and Chitzoniyut. There's the outer portion and the inner portion. Each portion is itself included of fire, water, air, earth. That means there is Chokhmah of Malchut, Binah of Malchut, Tiferet of Malchut, and Malchut of Malchut. Basically,
The lowest is Malchut of Malchut.
exactly. Malchut is the earth.
Right.
Is the earth.
Here.
Okay? And he was also explaining how this world is the world of Asiyah, and the sphere, the firmaments are basically the space that we see. That's the firmaments of Asiyah. And all the 7 planets from the sun until the Saturn are 7 spherot. Yeah, and the Rakia of the Vilon. Okay? So that's basically what he was saying. He's just giving you an introduction. What you have to know from this is that there is 4 spherot, and these 4 spherot are also 4 partsufim.
4
Abba, Ima, Za, and Nok. Okay?
So
Then sometimes we also count Arich, which is Ket.
So all the other Milky Ways are another
They're
system.
all this, all 10 spherot of one of the spheras. You understand?
So it's a different system.
All
already.
these spherot, it's a different system. Let's say it would be a higher firmament. Okay? So we're in the lowest firmament, and the planets, that's why the Greeks and stuff, they also worship these planets. Because
Right.
they believe that they were...
Power. Right.
The Rambam says this in Moreh Nevuchim. He believed that the celestial bodies had a brain. And they had a brain, but they thought and they moved on their own accord.
It was a big
Understand?
movement at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay?
They control a lot.
The Zodiac.
Now we're going to take these spherot and the partsufim into the human being. B'mahut ha'adam, in the essence of man, ubo yitbayer derushim lo se'arum harishonim. Now we're going to explain you things, says Rav Chaim Vital, that the first ones, the first Mekubalim, didn't know even. Then Yisodot V'ayim, these are very important and wonderful Yisodot, foundations for learning this Torah. V'lulei ha'echrech, look what he says, Levaer inyanei ha'nevuah. And if it wasn't that I have to explain to you how to get prophecy, lo hayiti mevaer otam, I wouldn't write this down. That means to get prophecy, you have to know this. Gabriel, you ready? You're not. That's an honest answer. V'chtavem betachlit hakitzu, I will write them in the shortest way possible. Uchvasim lilvushecha, hide it. Don't tell people these things. Don't go home and tell your wife that you're learning this. Alright? She's the Malchut. She's the Malchut. First he says, I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
Got it.
You with me?
I got it.
Yeah.
Aleph, מה הצורך היה בבריאת האדם בעולם הזה בגוף הנפש? Why do you have to create man? You with me?
I just said it.
No. Rav Chaim Vital is asking this. What's the purpose of the creation of man? Bet. למה הוסיף עוד ביצירת האדם 2 יצירות אחרות הן יצירתו ויצר הרע? Why did God then create 2 inclinations? Yitzhak, Yitzhak. So why did he create man? And why did he, after he created it, why did he create Yitzhars? Gimel. אחר ששניהם שיקולים בו, since they're both equal in him, איך ניתנה הבחירה לעטות לזה ולזה באיזה כוח? ואם יש יכולת לעטות, אם כן, לא יבררו כלל. So Rav Chaim Vital says, if they're both equal, if they both have a equal Yetzer HaTov and Yetzer HaRa in you, then how do you choose? And if one is stronger than the other, that means you don't have free will. To choose, in this case, to choose. Right, you get the question?
Yeah.
So, if they're equal, how do you choose? And if they're not equal, that means you don't have free will.
Yetzirah is stronger, no?
So that means you're doomed to failure.
There's no choice then.
That's exactly his question.
Because you're always going to choose the
evil, right. Dalet, Be'ur shel shnei yitzarim ha'elu, man, what are these 2 inclinations? What are they made out of? If people would just knew what the 2 yitzarim are made out of, they would never skip Taharat HaMishpacha. They will never skip Taharat HaMishpacha. Hey, לדעת אם נשמת אדם גדולה ממלאכים, אם לא. What's higher, the souls of man or the souls of angels?
Man.
Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Nuriel. So how come you're named after the angels? So you believe that the angels are stronger.
Oh, you have to look up to them, but you have the Torah. They don't
You have
Torah.
a greater potential than I do.
Right, they don't
Let's see. ואם נאמר שהאדם גדול ממלאכים, if man was greater than angels, lama lo yardu gam malachim ba'olam hazeh? How come the angels also don't come down here and work like us? Why only we do? If we're greater, so we got a bigger job, right? And they're less than us.
It looks like
So if we gotta work, Shabibi,
it looks like they're in
Shabibi,
charge of us.
yeah, they're charging us. Even malach gadol me'adam yefshar. They tell me that angels are greater. It cannot be. Midrashe Chazal nimtza hefek. In the Chazal themselves, Chazal just the opposite. Man is greater than angels. So if they're greater than us, they cannot be. Chazal say that they're not greater than us,
Aren't they limited or something?
and we're not.
You're very finite.
They can fly,
What do you mean?
Some
They
people
can do
can
big
take the
stuff.
fight too.
huh?
They can do big stuff. For example,
Balak in Balak with a donkey.
no, I mean, some
That
of
has
them
no
take
permission.
the souls out. Oh,
Yeah.
but we cannot control it.
Yeah.
You understand?
So they're greater.
People die.
So they're greater.
But that's with
Can't
Hashem's
do Gabriel,
permission.
can't just like he.
But could
But he's
again,
message of
but
Hashem.
we
he
can do that.
interfere
could
with
Malach Gabriel bring down Shefa from us?
No, I didn't.
Gabriel,
You
man.
don't need to.
Maybe Gabriel could. Maybe Gabriel. No, what do you mean? Gabriel only gets food when we do mitzvot.
When Gabriel does mitzvah.
No, we need to do mitzvot.
Chai or Gabriel?
עוד כי הכתובים עצמם אומרים להפך. The pasuk themselves teach us that men are greater than angels. Where? Tzur yeladecha teshi. God, I'm your rock. I gave birth to you. And I specifically made you. Not the angels.
Okay, who made the angels?
Also Hashem. But the angels are a hishtalshilut. Let's not get it. Let's not jump the gun. Tenu oz Elohim. Here's a better pasuk. God says, give me strength. That's a strong one. Al Yisrael. There's one Chabad rabbi. I don't want to tell you guys what his name is. So he's teaching this, that as Kabut Abi, we give Hashem the strength. And he's teaching this in public to regular people. And some rabbis that are very kanayim, they took his words and they said, this guy's a heretic. He's a Santa Claus, they call him. And they don't understand that it's a pasuk. We just don't know how to understand the pasuk. That's why Hasidus is great. Litvaks are great. The Sfaradi number one, especially because of our Shakruka. Okay? And next, more than that, Ali said, Gavato. Hashem says, Yisrael, you're my Gava. Kabut Abi, Hashem tells the Pamaya Shalmala, you see, that's my kid over there. Like, you know, when you're in the shul, like, it's my kid, so he's the one he reads the Torah, you know what I'm saying? He's the good one.
See the show over there, Lashem?
Yeah, see, the Hashem, yeah, kol hakavod, yeah. Banim atem la'Hashem Elokechem. You are the sons of Hashem. You're God. Pretty tough stuff. Yisrael Asher Becha Etpa'ar. I am, Kabut Abi, Hashem says, my pe'er, my tefillin comes from you. You guys are my tefillin.
He loves Hashem.
Why he doesn't have God?
Kabut Abi, we're his God. What does that mean? That we're his greatest creation.
Can son of Hashem can get a little bit expansion, you know?
So that means we're greater than the angels.
We're working on it later.
But then it says we cannot be
No,
God.
I know. That means that we're greater than the angels.
Yeah. So how come the angels don't come down here too, like us?
They have their own
If we
mission.
gotta do it, they gotta do it too.
They have their own mission.
What are you, Mikubal?
Yeah,
The
but-
mission, this, that. We're learning Sharei Kedusha
They have
now.
their own mission.
But we don't have our own mission?
Yes, we do.
How come our mission, that's this question, how come our mission is A and how come they don't share in our mission? Am I right or wrong? You're not with me.
Biggest mission to learn. The Malachim learn
I'm
Torah.
trying
No.
to process.
Of course! מ"ט שר הפנים בראש ישיבה של מעלה. ולא נמצא איזה מלאכים, God never says that בין המלאכים. Sixth question. כי גם אם נודה שכן הוא, and if we will agree that man is greater than angels, תימה גדול לקרותם בנים, ולומר שמתישים כוח עליון? If we're his sons, in Kabut Abi, Hashem says to us, when you guys don't do the mitzvot, you're weakening me, chas v'shalom. But we're weakening Hashem? We're weakening God? Teima gedola says Rav Chaim Vital. How does Hashem say that about himself?
He just,
It's like Hashem needs us? מה זה? או מחזיקים, או מתפאר, כביכול, יבוא האדם לכפירה, person get to כפירה. That's exactly why those rabbis, who's that? Abraham? Okay, we're in the middle of a class, we're not doing so fruit right now. So, when,
Sus.
this is exactly the reason Abraham, that those rabbis called that rabbi who was giving his speeches Santa Claus, because they thought he was saying what? Kfirah. That's what they thought, right? But really, Rav Chaim Vital, if they just learned Sharei Kedusha, they wouldn't call anybody a Santa Claus. And maybe this rabbi would explain himself better. Am I right or wrong? 7th question. How to get prophecy? How to get prophecy? Ech yitachen? This is my favorite shara of Sharei Kedusha. How it's possible? Sha'adam ha'shafel, we are such a small being in the soulless world. How we talk to Hashem, afilu al-yedei malach, even through an angel. Even that's a tema. And Kabut Abi, Hashem comes down to this world and he has to clothe himself in the 4 elements.
He has to what?
Clothe himself in the 4 elements, reveal himself through the 4 elements. If it's through an angel, or if it's through any kind of sphera. Remember, elements are really the sphirot. Chokhmah, Binah, Tiferet, Malchut. Basically, the 4 elements are really 4 powers. Desire to get, desire to receive, desire to share, desire to receive, desire to share,
To take.
that's desire to receive. And there's two more. There's 4. The Bala Sulam explains them. I'm not really into the Bala Sulam too much, but he calls them 4 energies. And these 4 energies turn into 4 sphirot. These 4 sphirot turn into the 4 elements as they materialize. That's what they tell you. When Hashem reveals himself through something, it's always through these 4 pathways. Okay? Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Malchut could be any of the Shvatim, but mostly David. Right? He's the 4th leg.
He's the Malchut.
He's the Malchut. He's the Malchut. Okay? So these are the 7 questions. Now let's start learning the answers. Obviously, we're not gonna get to the answer, but we're gonna try to get close. Omnam. עוד פעם אתה עולה באמצע? Your better half needs you? אמנם כבר נתבהר, בוצדרוב. אמנם כבר נתבהר שבשער שקדם לזה ענייני מהות העולמות. In the previous shar we talked about the essence of the worlds. How there are 4 elements, 4 elements are 4 sphirot. But really these 4 sphirot are, in their root is what? Yud K, Vav K. It's all really one name of Hashem. That's all it is. כולל את כולם, that includes all, ונחלקת ל5 עולמות, and is split into 5 worlds, והן נקראת, what are the 5 worlds called? So, Ak, Atzilut, Biriya, Yetzirah, Asiyah, but these 5 worlds also have a different name. Keter is Yechidah. Chaya is Chokhmah. Nishama is Binah. Za, which is a 6th sphirot, is Ruach. Malchut is Nefesh. Nefesh. So from bottom to top, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, Yechidah. Narnechi in short. Narnechi in short. If you want to say the 5 sphirot in short, Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, Tiferet, Malchut, you say Kachbatam.
That's longer.
You got it? You're about to say something. Don't say it. Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, Tiferet, Malchut. So these are the 5 powers of your soul. And these 5 powers are in your soul. So that means if I get Yechidah, so I'm moving Keter. If I have a Chaya, I'm moving Chokhmah. And so on and so forth.
What happens if you never...
The smaller part of your neshama, the less you move. The less your ripple effect of your averot. So is it better to be a big neshama or a small neshama?
A small
tiny
A
neshama.
small neshama with
Adapt.
big potential.
But the bigger neshama, the higher the power. The higher
Bigger
the
neshama, but also
more your potential. No, it's
Sure.
all about the potential.
and but also the bigger the ripple effect. So
More
Moshe
potential.
gets angry, hits the rock, that's it, done.
Okay.
We'll hit the rock from day till tomorrow. It might even be a mitzvah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You with me? So it's really all one havaya, and this havaya is really 5 parts of the neshama, which is nar nechi. והעולם החומרי הזה, this whole world, you have to see it as a guf. It's a body. This world is a body.
Wow.
We're in the fourth sentence. באופן, כי כל העולמות הם צורות אדם כלול מחומר בצורה נחלקת לחמישה מיני רוחניים כנזכר. All the worlds, if you would go up with Richard Branson, above space, above the Milky Way, you keep on going up and you'll see all the worlds, you'll actually see a human being.
The image of a human being?
Yeah. All the Milky Ways, this, that, you put everything together, it's one big man.
That's a level that nobody reached to see.
Of course not. You get it? It's crazy.
But that's what the astrology said. If you look out at it.
Yeah. The Galgalim. They're basically made in the Galgalim, in the... וידעת כי שם הוויה במלואה באלפין עולה בגמטריה אדם. If you take the name of Havaya, Yud Kei Vav Kei, and you spell it out, remember Ab Sag Ma Ben? Let's take the name Ma, which is B'milui Alfin. Yud is Yud Vav Dalet. Yud. Hey is Hey Aleph. Vav is Vav Aleph Vav. Hey is Hey Aleph. What do you get Gematria? Ma, 45. What's the Gematria of Adam? 45. And all of this is really just one man.
So why particularly man?
Why the word man? Why not
right.
Dama?
Right, why?
Why not Edom?
Exactly.
It's
Why
not Edom.
man? Particularly.
To teach us humility. Where do we come from? From earth. Adama. Teach us humility. As man is less connected to humility, the more crazier he gets. So we see the deterioration of civilization. Victor Miller says every civilization you take, they hate their predecessors. They always try to break their predecessors.
Right. Yeah.
The Judaism is completely opposite. We build and we look at our predecessors as heroes. They're heroes. In the Goyim's world, if he dies in battle, he's a hero. In the Judaism, our greatest king, David, dies by falling down the staircase. But because he stopped learning Torah. You understand who our heroes are? It's a totally different view of everything. We are the chosen nation. No Goy sees the world like we do. No Goy can see the world like we do. They don't have the Torah. You understand? You guys have to read that book, I'm telling you. That means everything is really a man.
Image of a man.
Exactly. Everything has the image of a man.
Which is Yud Kei Vav Kei.
Exactly. Everything is Yud Kei. En od milvado.
Basically, it's like a code.
Everything is a code. Everything is a code. Everything is a code.
Like it's a code.
When everything, if you take everything, it's all one Havaya. Havaya Achat. Yud Kei Vav Kei. Hanechleket ba'arba yesod, which has 4 elements, and 10 sphirot. One more paragraph. 4 lines. There's another way to break it down. We didn't learn before. The 10 sphirot, this is what the rabbi was talking about, not this Shabbat, I think this Shabbat or last Shabbat when you got the answer. Last Shabbat.
Yeah.
So he said that the 10 sphirot could also be broken down into 613 pathways.
Shalom.
Taryag, my name you're saying.
No, I said Shalom.
No, that's with peace. That's different. That was a different thing he was trying to say.
Oh, that's something else. The 10 sphirot could also be broken down into 613 pathways. The Sharei ki kol ha'olamot, so we see all the worlds called prat me'em b'pnei atzmo nivra b'dmut adam ha'tachton, is created in a human image, our image. V'zeh sod, this is what God meant when He said, "Let us make man in our image, in our shape." So what did God mean when He said, "Let us make man"? Let us make the Havaya in our image of the 10 sphirot and in our shape of the 4 yesodot. He wasn't saying that I am an image. I'm saying let us make man, which is Yud Kei Vav Kei, in the image of 10 sphirot and 4 yesodot. That's all He meant. And people look at that thing and they're like, "Oh, this is me." They never let you. Okay, and I think that we will end here. The next year we're going to talk about what happens when you get to the world of Biriah, how the evil starts to form. Till we get to Asiya. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.